rich diet, right? So this is the judge's chamber. It's the only way a chamber exists. So the judge is the devil of the Bible, what the Bible was talking about. Okay, the judge's chamber. So when you go back there, you are in hell. Okay, not what your preacher tell you. The word hell has nothing to do with the Bible.
Have you heard about the alchemical stone? The precious stone. The invented story that created Krypton, the one original stone. The alchemical stone is the stone of the beginning, stone from the source. How can we have an element from the source? An element that can transcend time just in an energy form. A stone that can save itself in the form of energy in everything there is. In 2022, that is a story. A story that anyone can achieve through discipline. Let's take, for example, whoever want to participate in the challenge of push up. If you keep doing it beyond the challenge, you're going to walk in a different way in 6 months. It's about application. Now, if you're interested about application, about becoming a precious stone, how do one becomes a precious stone? By imitating Christ, by imitating the Messiah, and by behaving like they do. I will challenge you to live by virtue, right and good in something that is inside of you. And you will see that you will be inhabited by a different flow of energy, and you will react different way between contact and interaction with people depending on what they carry. The invisible is more tangible than you believe. Doesn't mean you cannot see it, means not there. Can I see electricity? But yes, it can kill you 1,000 times fold. It depends on the requirement. Now, you are required to know yourself. Do you know that you can walk on yourself just like someone, a sculpture is working on that stone? Did you know? There's so many things you need to know. We're starting. And this is going to be the debate for today. And remember, soul is business and business is your soul. Stay around and listen for more. How do one become a stone, a precious stone? A stone that everybody wants to carry around their neck. It's like a charm, isn't it? Pour arriver nos phases, pour tellement magnétique, pour tout mon envisamen, tout mon envitando. What is that light? Most of the time, chaque moun al master something else. Pat Robinson ou bien Ted Gary Robinson or something, people said that he took a spell to become who he is. On lui fait serment avec un démon. You can walk on yourself. You can become something great. Like it is possible for anybody to become something great. If you are truly want to work on yourself and you truly want to become something great, yes, it shall be given to you. Becoming something great is becoming a sculpture, shaping your mind and unshaping it, shaping your soul and unshaping it, shaping your body and unshaping it. You have to remember everything works according to a certain dynamics. In the visible world, they call it laws because the law, every time applied, they have to take the form, the shape, the order because it is supreme. This is the closest thing, the agreement between the invisible and the material system and the condensation, the crystallization. So we need a certain form of opposition. Philosopher called them balance. In order for you to become Christ, you have to become Christ. How do you become Christ? Did you know that you are made of the same Adam that Christ was made of? Did you know that if you practice something, you will master it? What is it you've been practicing for all these years? You see, the Chinese are practicing sword. Some are practicing to break bricks with their head. Everybody's practicing. Tesla wanna go to Mars. All dreams are allowed. What is your dream? Was it your dream to become or to be, if possible, the emissary of your Christ? Your dream? Well, it is possible, and I'm gonna tell you why. And I know now you are familiar with the philosophy of the law of attraction. Well, it's a good product when you wanna upsell a lot of product. It's a vague term, giving you testimonies and selling your product, targeting an emotional trigger. Until now, people are still hooked to that stuff. And they're getting hooked and hooked and hooked. How do we become the master of us? By becoming the Christ. By becoming a Jew, a monk, a practitioner of the law. Now how? Let's talk about how you can become a practitioner of the law. You will know. You know that money doesn't pay, doesn't give happiness. But you do know also health, relationship, and time are more valuable than money. So how do you become Christ? By becoming Christ. Christ is universal. The name of the incarnation may change a long time, but you can become Christ by becoming Jew, by becoming a precious. You heard that before, right? Don't you? You heard the term precious one time. And we're gonna take a little walk into a journey, and then to see where does precious leads us. There is a story, a narrative around the world, and that narrative show you a beautiful being that being transformed to an errant living into a cave, seeking a connection that they have lost forever. In many books and history, it is depicted that there is one person that did something so despicable that God has to turn their back against them. And ever since then, they feel that they are trapped. Some people that are allowed to go to Portal, because what you do, you don't travel, you go to Portal. So they cannot find their way out. So he's been seeking for something to give him power, gun, powder, nuclear, all information, because they believe they're seeking for the precious. But what is the precious? The precious is a ring of power. A ring of power. He is the guy that was once a good hobbit, but his quest for power changed him. Sometimes he doesn't know what he's doing. His loyalty. He's realized the information that he has can lead people to death. He's killed people with his decision. The golem. The golem is not really a stupid person. In fact, the golem is a really smart person that loves money. If you go in all the books of magic, you will see there is little people in society that carry themselves like little people. But they are avid of gold, of money. They call them little thing, or you want to believe in them. Actually, they do exist in human form, but they're just playing the character by mimicking the behavior. So when you understand that this is the symbol of someone on earth right now, walking because they believe they've been separated from a sin that they cannot come back to God. So ever since, they started to become more sinful and seeking for power. But at the same time, there is innocent soul walking with him. And you see the magnetic around the innocent soul walking with him. But you can see also it's about power. A ring of power. These people are worshipping a ring. A ring, what is a ring? A ring of power. Let's use the dictionary that we have in our expense, and then to understand what is the ring of power. It says, I ask for the ring of power, or ring. Ring. Ring of power. Voila. What is a ring? What? Because we're living in a time where all we need to do, we need to understand to beat Christ. The power is all around. What you are listening to, that there is a Messiah coming, don't you feel that? But would the Messiah come in the way of what you see, of what you hear that's been corrupted for years? A ring is circular. A ring is a circlet metal, especially precious metal, etc. Or in a nail coat, anything circular from Puerto Rico. There's something curved, circular. That's what a ring is. A ring is something curved, something that is not right. Little angles, little bifurcation, little play over with the right, with the law, with what is right. A ring, the meaning of combination of person interest. The ring is a meaning, a combination of person interest attached to some object. Sometimes a ring can be a political ring. A ring can be a commercial ring. Latter in reference to espionage or terrorism of the annual growth bands in the tree from 16 I 670. Well, this is the idea. Now, me and you, we understand that the word ring mean a government, some type of fraternity. And when we understand the word ring can change anybody into power, change people. We want more of it. We want more. And then to realize today that there is a law, there is a divine law. And the divine law is, there shall not be blood. That is the universal divine law. There shall not be blood. Let me explain. A human being is a device, just like your phone as an operating system. But a human being is in a hard drive. An hard drive is something that stores information, and that has an operating system where you can access that information, and they would play that information for you at will. An hard drive. And what's on that hard drive? Memory. It's a really divine hard drive that can recall memory, be conscious of itself, and also be automatic unconscious based on previous decision, just like a computer. It can learn meaning, understand sensation, which is an emotional channel. Sensation, feeling is an emotional channel. You understand? Electromagnetic field type of visualization. They can project themselves in the future on the long-term plan. They can do short-term plan and visualize, close moment. And this is how powerful it is. To become Christ is to activate the 12 nerves. To become Christ is to, just like a bodybuilder, willing to do exercises that will push you to the level of using your hard drive. Because if you don't, someone else is using your hard drive right now. Your DNA is a hard drive. Now, based on science and research, we know that the DNA obeys to energy, to sound. Now, for instance, if we choose to say that DNA we would want all the leukocytes to warm up, to clean, to stay in alert and make me feel it inside of my body just like it a fever. But an harmonic one. And all living being watching right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, you are supposed to feel, I choose to remain silent. In silence, because I don't want to influence what is it that you feel. Now, how do I know? It's because the principle of life, everything is one. You are me. I can touch me. And you will feel where I touch me. So what is it when you realize that we are all one? Is it that the gospel of Christ? We are one because we are in entanglement. Entanglement is something just like being live right now. You are on my channel. By being on my channel, you are entangled with my frequency, my habit, my line of research. We are entangled. This can happen in the 5 channel, on the 7 channel, I love to say. The 7 channel to the dance of the materialism system into the immaterial gates. And this is when you understand that you are a device. So what is it that you remember? Pain? If pain is the only thing you remember, pain is the only thing you will be. That's why you need to know your history. When to celebrate. What is it what you do in you? What is it your action means? You do in action every day. But what do they mean though? When you are with God, action has meaning. And the meaning of action is in the respect of the circle of the 7 mothers. Why? Because every action has to be positive for the next 7 generations. This is why. So that's why me and you, we need to have the capacity to think for the next 7 generations. The brain, it doesn't matter how size it is. The brain has 3 parts. The neocortex, the limbic brain, and the cerebellum, where the melanin, the particle of God, is in the back right there, in the top of the 33rd vertebrae. This is the top of the 33rd vertebrae, the 33rd degree. Your behavior. So what our meanings, what are we doing? Take a little time to watch ourselves and understand our moves. What is it that we are doing? Just understand. Take the time to understand that we are just a tape recorder. So if you are a tape recorder, what is it you want to be a record of? You want to be the record of the shadow of a creation in the book, in a fiction of something. You want to expect a story to be alive. You would want to try to accept the decision of a story why every life is different. The balance has to be readjusted for everybody. That's the law of Ma'at, one of the 7 principles. And this is where the journey for Christ comes. Christ is called melanin. It is an invisible principle. It says that everything will pass before one law of my Father. This is what it was recorded by the Christian. But the thing is, there is law. You see, there is a law. There is a law. So I play with the sound and I say, really interesting. And yes, my friend, time is time now for you to rise, not as a human being, but to rise equal to the job and the title and the administration of the God himself, the true Elohim. The Elohim are the one that can remember that they are here to serve. Serve those who are eternally in pain with the sin that they have shed the blood. In their conscience, just like a program, wage war. And they see fear everywhere. That's why it is called destruction when you are being destroyed inside of your particle. You are built of fear, so you have to keep the fire. Fire is a really dangerous element. It's an element that needs a certain wisdom to be mastered. By using fire all the time, we become fire. Fire is careless because fire exists on every form. Only those who are slaves to try to keep fire on a certain form are enslaved to fire. But fire exists on every form. Fire is part of the council of the source. It's a great kingdom. It's an element on itself. By waging war inside of yourself, you only see war everywhere. You act always in the sense of politics, while you know the rules. The rules are divine rules to keep galactic and intergalactic peace. So the kingdom of the waters stay in harmony with the kingdom of the fire, stay in harmony with the kingdom of the earth. They can only coexist into their quarters. You see, the land is solid. The waters say, I'm going to be next to you, but I'm going to be everything that you're not. The air said, all right. So fire shine. So fire give nation to the air. So the fire say, I'm going to be something different. I'm not going to be a solid and I'm not going to be a liquid. And the air started to heat up to the point that you have fire. The air said, I don't want to be none of you. And water can be crystallized because it's made of minerals. The air vaporize, become a solid, just like ice on the land. So water is keeping all the properties. So you have to become water, exactly like Bruce Lee says. Understanding the philosophy of water, just like Bruce Lee said, bro, water is the secret, is the holy mother. Water is the gate, the tribunal. Water is Ma'at. Water is the door in and water is the door out. Water is the kingdom of emotion. Now you understand, to become Christ. Remember, Christ said, Pierre or Peter, you are the first stone. Why they refer to the stone? Why the alchemical process uses the stone? It's because to become a stone, you have to be pressured. And you are being pressured right now by invisible dimension, measurement, numbers, deals, or contract. The philosophy of water is the awakeness of the conscience, but the creative function of it, which means it doesn't operate by any regular or rational law. It creates new solution, new law, new culture, new society. And that's why you can say that there is an intelligence at work in the universe. When you understand how a lot of people not knowing what they're doing and behaving in perfect harmony, resisting. But we've been resistant because being resistant means we have to let go of that fight. We already know the principle. Water, never blood. Water, never blood. That is the maximum law. Water, never blood. Ladies and gentlemen, whether you believe it or not, based on my calculation, I have understand that there is a group of people that are trapped here. They don't know the way out. They realize that when they do what you call sin, it offends the elements. That's why you have to do a ceremony at the open. You want the eyes, the sky, the water. You want nature to be the witness of what you're doing, good or evil. And it will be shown. So when you do that, they try to upset the matrix to create portal because they are seeking for a way out. But when you become Christ, you are the portal. You are ascension. We just walk in dimension. We are seven dimension and we are the stone. Stone over stone. And only simple practice will allow you to become that philosopher. Become a philosopher. Question everything. To be a philosopher, you don't need to read a book called philosophy. Become a baby. Become curious. And if you want to become a ninja in philosophy, I'm going to give you the 5 major tools to be a philosopher. When? Time is really important. Where? Location brings credibility. Who? Who was involved? Why? The corpus delicti. How? The modus operandi. And with the 5 questions, that's all you need. What is that? Why is that? Where is that? Who is that? When is that? These are the 5 tools that makes you become a ninja. These are the tools that every philosopher uses to make calculation, to understand nature, to ask questions. See the involvement of the energy. Feel the presence. Being a philosopher, being a stone, is being magnetic. To be able to explain or having a concept which is, people call it complex. It's because of the approach. But in fact, nothing is complex. The calling is for people who want to be master of themselves. Do you want to be a precious stone? To feel good and to take life on the right sense. To be inspired with what life is offering you. And then to keep fighting and to know that you have worth and to create worth in the world. When you become a philosopher's stone, you'll be inspired with a lot of things. Ideas are coming up nowhere. The more and more you try to connect with yourself, be one with yourself. Time is now. It's not about celebrating, but it's time for a new celebration, the celebration of water. Since we are officially getting in the Aquarius era, where there is no limit, no separation between me and you, where the field and the matrix of the construct of the universe officially blend every consciousness and every form of energy into one rhythm. I believe now it's time to raise our consciousness and today to celebrate oneness, to share pain, true memory on the Akashic record, to share the balance, the mirror, the pain of each side so we can understand the burden of each one is carrying. Should it be necessary? Some exchange will be necessary, but some of us we won't remain in a necessity to be exchanged. They're already what they are. Now, what is it? You know that it's water over blood. Yes, there are techniques that are ancient techniques that you can use right now in 20 minutes meditation to activate your third eye. And I said it right now. A little demonstration. Light chakra, crown chakra, heart chakra. After you. And if you know your body map energy, you will know your crown chakra is the sensation you're feeling right now in the top of your head. The light chakra is the 45 degree that you feel in your forehead right now. And the heart chakra is the warm energy that you feel in the middle of your chest. What is it? It's just energy. By the word we create. Every word we say create. Some word we say make us sick, make us happy, and some of them generate security or make sure they clean the energy. By stating that I am with God, that's what Emmanuel means. Some of us be able to resonate with God, which is the source of the universe. Not everybody, but some of us has the capacity to overcome and find the book of the water. The book of the water is an unwritten book, but only can find being read by those who are chosen. If you believe you are chosen, pay attention to the waters, because the water speaks. The waters carries of most the ancient philosophy in how a divine being has to conduct themselves by obedience. Water is a teacher, and a teacher knows everything. Water understands situation. Water let it be. Now it's time for you, if you want, and there's 5 stages you need to be accomplishing that level. You need to agree on yourself. You need to be honest. Is this what you want? Do you want it ever since you were young, when you were having flashes, premonition, all kind of divine experiences that were so intense to the point that sometimes you get scared, and sometimes you happen to be right. Sometimes what you think happened. Don't try to weaponize yourself. You are not a weapon. Don't try to do things to go to the Olympics. There is greater things awaiting for you. And when I mean greater things. You can activate your third eye and become the true server, just like the Christ. Did you know that each of every one of us is a perfect equation, ready and set to use and to be in use in the society? Did you know that no matter how boring you think you are, you can be of service? Did you know nobody is special? We are all special. Did you know the secret of life is to serve? If you take pleasure on serving and by being authentic, some people said you should not curse. It's a part of life. Everything happens for the reasons they were created to happen. Nobody uses a cannon to deal with a mosquito. So if I witness something, there's a reason behind it. Cause and effect. You see, you will see the 7 laws of water. And the 7 laws of water is the foundation on which water builds its confidence. Walking on water, you have, when you're walking with grace, when you're walking with the entity that is the source of life in you, you walk like with grace. You say, wow, what a grace. That's walking with the laws of water. Speaking with water. Because the verb is fire. There is a reason that the verb is fire. But yet, some has decided to use water. In water, there's a part of water that is also reacting and behaving like fire. And everything is under the skin, on the 5 senses. And now in this Aquarius era, it is possible for you to make an exercise or to book an experiment where you can exercise and experience, not out of body experience. These are commercial terms. To experience the connection or the non-connection with God, the source. When you realize that you are a portal and you need to activate your portal, each of every one of us, we are a portal. Our dream is our location, where our mind at, what we believe. These are the links to the physical world by observing with our eyes. But once our eyes close, we rearrange the world in a different way. Be like water is Sophia. is the law of all law. Water is the only source that can carry all, and that being carried the secret of humanity. Water is the only medium that is everywhere on every shape of form, where something else is, because water doesn't exist without bringing with it life. Me and you, we are built in the principle of this divine mother and the divine father, which is the two sides of the brain. When you understand by vibrating confidently and articulating your mind, sometimes speaking with a wall, or just going online and expressing what is it that is it on your mind, you structure your mind, and this is how you started to master yourself, because the interest is to stick to one ideas. Ideas are intangible. So what do? We use a piece of paper and rewrite days and times, so we could remember what's happening in our mind and have a connection with the sensation or the state of mind. All this is possible and more. I believe now it is more than ever. If you want to practice your jitsu, you want to practice your Jew spirit, your spiritual Jew, your mastery Jew, your Jew technique, your Shaolin mental Jew, it's just a mental and a soul exercises. If you want to be better than what you are right now, if you want to surpass yourself, if you want to understand different conversation, you want to open bright your mind, you want to understand the worlds of economics, it's simple. Become a Jew. A Jew is someone just like a Shaolin temple. They do the same thing every day and focus on the same problem. Don't get distracted. When you become unpressured, you become a crystal. You resonate electricity, you find solution. That's what a Jew is, a crystal. A crystallized kid or a crystallized baby is a crystal where the children is not being exposed to interference, so they are being able to find solution for themselves, solution that they have proposed based on what is it that they want to achieve. And that's why memory behave with grace. Now it is the time. If you really want to activate and become a crystal, become the alchemist, the one that is mastering your reality. Understand that you want to become more. You want more, have more, be more, and you have to know more. Know more. Learn more things. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from your error. Learn from your grief. Learn from your hatred. Learn from every aspect of you. Learn from the most beautiful side of you, and also learn from the most devilish side of you. Become the master of you. It's 5 steps. Usually, I will advise you from any age. If you are an artist, you thinking, you want to relax your mind, you want to know a technique to cool down in any situation and get back, and then you will know the technique how to behave into the law of water. You remember, water can crash, water can lay down, can take, water can obey. Water has the ability to do everything. Mastering the dream of you is to learn how to open your third eye. Opening your third eye is to deal with the laws of water, the laws of emotion. This is our weak point. We're living in a time right now, it is true based on our research, some people understand that we are portal. And by understanding that we are portal, these portal, we need to activate ourselves. Activating your chakra is activating your portal. Your portal, your in and out portal, because you're not expecting to know extraterrestrial. By activating your chakra, you're sending a light. You're becoming a crystal. A crystal that is not visible from anybody, but some of us will see that you are enlightened. Activate your crystal. Work on your dream, force yourself, challenge your mind, and if you're doing it alone, come be part of our own community. If you want to sign up our community, we are challenging ourselves for $1.2 million every month. That's what we're gonna do to keep us and to fund that challenge. It's an activity that's gonna be achieved on 7 step. $43 million, exactly $43.2 million in 36 months. It is a simple concept. We just gather together, we challenge ourselves, and we create the fun so we learn how to do whatever we want to do. So we are everything that we need to do, and it is simple. And then we train ourselves to know more, create our business, and then to learn to manage. And we only do that by taking control. 7 steps before we get there, we need to organize as a community what will be the orientation, and what will be the plan, the strategy, the committee that will be sitting around and to put it to tuition, and what is the law about what is it what we want to do. There's regulation, and what is the policy that keeps us together and united. In step 6, feelings matters. We are humans. So what do you think? Do you agree on the decision? You want to left, should we do that? And don't worry, there's only one decision at the end. We're not going to be always right, but every step is going to be a lesson. But we're going to be happy to have you. 7 step, well, we need to understand and make intelligent moves. Intelligent move that will serve us to build that community. You see, to have that philosophy. Remember, water can crash, water takes shape, so let's not give ourselves a shape. And this is where we become more successful, but not having a shape. You see, and by that the calculation and the numbers are correct. The first 30 jobs will get 10K inside of that community. This is the package basically. And then yes, I am dreaming having a like-minded community, people who want to work on themselves and then to become the best version, who want to challenge themselves, create their business, and get to like-minded people and individuals. We are interested in conversation between soul and business. We speak about what we feel and what we need to share across, and we go alone. And once you understand that, we need to create a ring. You hear that word a long time ago, and that ring is the ring of water. Any of you want to do the experience? I will be welcome to assist you. All you have to do is just visit www.taglineinc.com and you find me there. Who I am? Why am I talking in that capacity? I am just like you. I don't even know exactly what it is, but I happen to uncover and discover that magic is thus knowledge. Things that are not in our ignorance, and there is certain knowledge that cannot be transferred, only experience. So let's say that I have acquired some experience and I had the gut to get back in these experiences and to revisit them and to realize that it was a play. So I can separate myself from the intention of the experience and see it what it is. And ever since I started to receive the light. And that can only be done only when the water gives you the ultimate test, which is the initiation, when you face your death, your fear, and your shame. This is a truly important initiation. You see, initiation is not what you think. We do an initiation every day. Every time we wake up, we are initiated something. Every new behavior, every new trend, new clothes, new style of talking, every new slang is a new initiation. People who are clever stick to the old ways. Stick to the old ways. Because the old ways are stable. The new ways are changing. Of course, there are opportunities, but there's a lot of risk. Activating your chakra is activating your crystal. Activating your portal. We are human portal. That's what we are. It is described in all and every way we go, from the Mayan, from we are human portal. We are portal. We are gate. That's how we get in this. That's reality. There is no door in the belly of your mom. Where is that door is coming from? We are portal. We walk in and out of portal. The body is a vehicle. We are portal. So if you spend your life in a 9 to 5, not really thinking, you know what you do. How do you escape the body? So the body burn. Burning. There is different form of burning. You see, Doctor Strange is running into a portal, in a circle portal. That's how I got here. The secret is right there. And if you see the square, the symbol on the floor, these are channel for portals. So when you activate your chakra, you activate the portals. I sure welcome you because I sense an energy on your forehead. There's a lot of resistance, my friend. I don't take time to see who you are, but there is a lot of resistance I see. Now, when you realize that the human being is a portal, that's all we are. A channel, an energy field. So you will understand why you need to resonate with the source. Now, how one resonates with the source? What is the shape of the source? What is the law of the source? The shape of the source is the law of the source. Whatever the source decide, I have to behave according to the wave, the link, the arc, the angle, the rule. That's what it is. So which rules are my soul is following? What are the rules that are interacting with my soul? My soul is psyche. My psyche is what I feel. What I feel control what I do. What do I feel? Energy of repulsion. But when the work is being done with passion and magnetic with power, the work is a great work. So when we understand that the concept of doors existed for a long time ago, the Mayan people talk about the Stargate. These are concepts that exist long time. And every time you see the Stargate, people talk about it. But the door in is the mother. Where is the door out? The door out is we are the portal. We are human portal because we are human portal energy field. Right? We are human portal in an energy field. And that energy field is resonate with us wherever we are. We are in a consciousness. We are at length. From the position from where we are, our first breath or our first movement, this is where we are from. Yes, it is time for you right now to activate your portal. You are a human portal. Of course, not when you sit down, when you lay down. That's why they call it Kaaba. Activating your third eye is activating your portal. Your portal takes the shape of a magnetic portal. It protects you because there is an invisible thing that comes into you in the form of pain or sickness or battle. You have to know how to deal with them because that's how you become a master Jew, a master you. Because once you activate your light, you become enlightened in the darkness. So those entities in the darkness will be attracted to you. So you have to be strong and behave like a whole. So you can absorb them and recycle them, because once you become a Merkaba, you become a judge. You are the judge, the next door. So the darkness becomes your food. You understand? So now it is possible to activate some different techniques. Shows meditation, but we are the portal. Some of us have been trained to use the mind as a portal, some of us use the entire soul, but the correct form to be a portal, I would say, it is that form is the phi ratio portal. The phi ratio portal observes the circle of 9, and this is the perfect way to do it, with the perfect time and with the perfect planet in alignment. You see, this is harmony portal. So yes, you are required as soon as possible to clean your what you eat and clean your gut. You will be surprised that God cares about what you eat, because what you eat can separate you from the true unification with the deity you claim that you follow. I don't care if you're following God, the Loi, whoever divine entity would never ask you to not care about your diet or to eat anything. Only if in your culture it gives you how to cleanse your gut. You will realize that not so many culture around the world still keep the tradition where they keep cleaning the gut. Remarks, PS, check for all the culture around the world that eats everything. If you go in their culture, they have a certain tradition when they clean the gut. They eat everything, but they clean the gut. And if you seek in these tradition, the more deeper you see, the more you see these people living for a long time, because they understand that the gut is a brain. Whenever you are scared, it's a gut feeling. If something really bad is gonna happen, it's a gut feeling. Your gut can sense. Why? Because your gut is like a coil, electromagnetic coil in your belly. So wherever there is coil and friction, it generates magnetism. So your coil, you can sense energy is coming from your coil. So by cleansing your coil, what's happening, you don't allow parasite to be inside of you, because every time you crave for sugar, it's a parasite inside of you that wants some sugar, and they will spite any form of behavior, and then you will crave or you will get mad. You will anything that will turn to sugar, either rice, alcohol will turn to sugar, sugar will turn to rice, spaghetti. You will crave things that turns to sugar. That's how you kill yourself, by with insulin, a malfunctionality. Remember, every woman that was once pregnant, when the baby had no body, the body of the baby inside of the womb of the mother was not properly shaped. What happened? The baby manifest and use its intention under the mother. Sometimes if the baby wanna eat a certain type of food, the baby will control the mother just like a zombie and eat that food. It doesn't matter what time it is. And if you all know what I'm saying, you know everybody that lives with the mother, you know that woman, she's gonna start to have different behaviors. And that's the baby, because intention is movement. By intention, the baby can sense in the gut what's around. And if the mother dare to eat something that is not in the diet of the baby will throw it up, just like it is his body. If it doesn't like where it is, it will behave the same. So it is the same principle. If a baby inside of a belly can control the mother just like the robot, just like a pilot, and it is proven. So what do you think for the alien inside of your body? To all the worms thinking all the time? Have you ever tried to do a meditation and you hear a lot of noise, a lot of voice talking at the same time in your mind? What do you think it is? It's intention. Life form like private sector attached to you. Parasites. You have parasite inside of you. That's why you need your immune system to stay alive. And the best way to keep the immune system alive is by breathing right and speaking right. For instance, white blood cell corona activation, just like the Super Power Rangers. It's a voice command. I just ask my corona, my energy, my aura to be dense. More dense. To be noticeably And I can feel the difference in the density and the air around me. And I shall I ask, shall I receive? It's because my voice creates a perfect law, a clean order, something that is simple that anybody can understand. Because when I understand that all is alive, the plant is alive, my finger is alive, my mind is listening to me. This is the crazy part. What do you think the figure of Christ always praying? Why Nikola Tesla has to be alone in the room to receive the energy? Because people around you try to distract you. Why you think people are seeking connection outside of their reality? Everything is illusion. We are one. There's no separation between me and you. You're not watching TV. There's no too much animation. I'm not trying to distract you. There's nothing in the live suggesting hypnotism. So I'm using static in my soul. You literally bored because there's nothing to catch your attention span. I know what it is. So I know what is it right now on this live is legit. And that's what you call elevation. They call it the name of subtle energy. This subtle energy is an energy that is all around us in our body. And that subtle energy can be reactivated by simple voice command when we are in harmony. But we need to be able to have the 7 senses. Some people claim the 7, but yes, there is the invisible realm and it is really present. There is 7 senses. 7 form of senses of sensitivity. Trust me, these are realms. And yes, and when you activate the 7 senses, between the earth and the sky, these are symbolic words. I'm just saying that I am below, I am over the I am over the diaphragm in the Garden of Eden, or the planet, or wherever the conscience is, whatever it is for you, it is consciousness, is just space and time, And then boom, you activate the portal. Once you activate the portal, there is no need to fight. There is no need to use your energy to push or, everything is peace. You don't need to force yourself. And this is how you realize when you're around someone that is not of a higher thing, because higher is not the short, sometimes the shortest distance to a point is not always the fastest. So we need to be precise on our declaration. But all to be said that if you want to have that experience, especially I will assist you personally, www.tag99c.com. You can book and let's talk. We will do a name check, an energy check, and then boom, and we'll start a meditation, which is a guided meditation, which is being performed on the phone. We will need 20 minutes on the phone, and you need the 4 elements. That's all we need. And we need no window to be open, nothing to be open. We need 20 minutes of your life. That's all. And in 20 minutes, you have to get into an intense connection. It will be that your body will be like a movie. Feeling will be, alive. You'll be connected with a different part of you. Maybe for the first time or for the first time in a long time. Because you were connected with that type of energy when you were young, when your imagination was untempered. But now you're too guilty to connect with the center. You're judging yourself. You have to redeem yourself. And the only way to do that is to activate the portal. By activating the portal, that will be your reminder and your covenant between you and God. You have to understand, I'm not talking. I am just a reflection of you. And you are not listening to me. You are listening to you. Telling you exactly what you needed to hear. Because we are all one. The experience is under the skin. Now that's how you become a Jew. I am telling it, if you are interested to do high practitioner, to become true alchemists, to materialize reality, to overcome and change who we want, to write our own laws, to become the dread of tomorrows, the people that will balance the imbalance and the emotional balance in the world, people that will sense and interact with the sensible, not the invisible. Invisible, it is a limited view of expression. But if you're seeking to know thyself and then to follow someone that that is doing the same thing, obviously I have no certificate to prove or to show you. The only thing I can show you, I can only demonstrate the communication and the relationship. When truth is in the room, you will feel goosebump. You will feel harmony. When peace, unity, and sensitivity, when charisma, when the heart is being open, you will feel peace, and you will feel just like a candle in peace in the middle of your chest. These are things I can prove. Honesty is not an energy that you can fake. You can try, but you will get out of character. This is what I love to do, and this is what I used to do ever since I know who I am. Learning on the unseen path. And yes, human beings are entangled. And yes, we are entangled right now. So it's easy when I do a meditation with you, I can guide you over the phone and tell you and how to activate the key point, the 7 key points to allow the energy flowing. After that, you will feel a little slight change on your diet. Of course, the whole habit when like today is Thanksgiving, you have nothing to do to just to ingest heavy food and to go to hell, because you're gonna ingest heavy food because everybody is doing it. You're gonna feel compelled to do it, but it's not a good idea at all, and not for your own good, because you are weakening yourself. And you have to understand that your body is not feeding all the time with food. When you started to do that energy and that exercise for a long time, you will realize that you live less and less with food. You live sometimes with intention alone. Have you ever been in love? Have you ever realized that when you are in love, you are happy, you eat less, you sleep deep, and you glowing? And if you pay attention, these people in love don't eat too much, because love is the energy where the two energy and the body are balanced. Love is balance. This is where the energy are balanced. That's what love is. When the energy are balanced, it's called love. An exchange between two people. So the person feel at the same time really secured and at the same time really empty. So love is when both energy are balanced for the two people and create a vortex where these two people are being boosted by this exchange. It's a generator. It's a love that is perfectly exchanged that boosts both of the people at the time. Remember, everything is about time. Everything has their timing. Yesterday is not now, and now is not tomorrow. Everything has a timing. And this is what you do. When you activate, when you become a crystal, you eat like a crystal, you talk like a crystal, you behave like a crystal. Crystal charged with light. Everybody want to tell you that you have to go to the sunlight to get light. No, you don't. You are the sunlight. The sun is just a reflection. How do we know? Because light exists on every form. If we are light, we should condense our light. Let's allow our light to be condensed. Let's raise our frequency to the level of the sun. Let's raise our intention into the level of the sun in the room, in the broadcast, under the air conditioning. Let's raise our consciousness in the level of the sun. Let's allow the sun in us to shine. We're singing all the time to let the sun shine. So let the particle around us obey that sun, that intentional sun that is rising right now. We call each other grand rising. It is true that it is warmer around you right now. Is it true that the temp is warmer? Is it true that the temperature is warmer now? How do I know? It's because everything is entangled. Nothing is separate. That's what Jesus understood to walk over water, but that's a different class. But for now, you need to become a chosen one. A chosen one is a crystal. It's a indigo child. It's a crystal child. Let me seek for you to give you an idea about what you need to become. Some of us already born like that, but you know. Indigo child, crystal child. But you have to remember that indigo, the word indigo means dark. So this is the first thing that you need to have in mind. So what it is said, it is said that indigo childs are smarter, they do play, they do things, they function differently, and they do this, of course, at a really young age. You see, there is the indigo child, the crystal child, and the rainbow. For some of you, you may believe that there are three of them. It's not. The indigo is the neocortex, which is the intel, the left brain. It's called Dambala. It's a fluid energy that can record. Remember, the body is a memory thing. So they use the energy from the feminine side to store energy on high capacity. So they have nice information management. So they are smart. But yet, they struggle to have emotional connection. But the crystal doesn't have the intelligence of the indigo, but they are truly connected with the soul. They can feel you from a mile away. They can feel your pain, your insecurity. They can feel if you're happy. They can feel you. But none of them are. But you have the rainbow children. The rainbow children, from an ancient philosophy, it is said like they feta coif, means they have a crown on top of their head. This is the only difference. You have to become a Jew. A rainbow is a Jew. That's why in the symbol of the Jew, you see there is a 6-pointed star, but there is a 7 symbol in the middle. It's not a 6-pointed star, it's a 7 information. The rainbow, you have to activate the 7 chakra, which is you have to master the 7 emotion, which are the 7 key or the 7 lamp to the kingdom of God. That's what the Jew they do. They do a lot of mathematics. They keep their mind sharp. They read a lot because they keep challenging their mind, because they want the indigo part of the brain, which is Dambala, to remain active, and they want the feminine side to remain active, to connect with the divine in the indivisible form. And for that, this maybe they cannot achieve it. They keep it a secret. For some reason, some people over the earth only can be one or the other. And for some reason, some people over the earth can be both. It's called rainbow. And this is what you call a Jew. A Jew is a person that has all the energy sensors fluent. When do you turn off your energy sensors? When you are hurt. When you are being treated poorly. You dim down if you are not appreciated. You don't feel good. You are blocked. You are limited. You procrastinated because you feeling difficulty to do whatever you want to do. It dims down. Behavior. That's how you control a horse. Education. Education is a target behavior. They scan your behavior. They said, okay, this is what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to be independent from me. So every time you do dumb stuff, which I'm going to teach you, I'm going to reward you. Not for the education, but by promoting the agenda, I try to show that you are superior, you are a superior citizen, the superior, the competition, the division. It's a virus. If one person in a community gets that virus, the whole community is in danger. That's why back in time, certain kingdom doesn't allow certain information to get into their kingdom. Because everything about a culture is a weapon. Some people use their sex to do business. We don't need to seek further. There's a lot of country around the world. If you go right now, they have a tradition of sex. They were built on sex with ex-prisoners, and that's how they deal. That's the only business they have to sell. They have no history. They only sell sex on the street, on the TV, on the board, the luxury sex. That's all they sell. No particular talent. Now imagine that you can become or activate your portal. To become a rainbow, you activate your portal. I see that some of you right now are feeling the crown, right? You're feeling the crown on top of your head, right? Don't you? Feel the crown. It's a heavy crown. And I used to show you that crown. Do you feel the crown? That's how you know when someone is carrying the unction. That's how you know if someone is legit in the unseen world. Because whatever is unseen has to materialize. Becoming an indigo, becoming a rainbow is to activate the seven chakras. Now, guess what? Mysticry, Mysticra. What do you think that the Freemason go to the lodge and try to play with? The songs that are singing are vibration around 42 hertz to activate these chakras. So when you go into the lodge, the exercise is to control the behavior and to open these chakras in certain orders. They have their own techniques. What do you think what you're doing when you go in the voodoo church? When you go in the voodoo church, when you go in the voodoo church and you want to be initiated in the voodoo, you want the priestess to do whatever they're going to do. They're going to isolate you for 21 days. And when you're going to be alone for 21 days in a different situation, you're going to start spending time with yourself. And then they have another technique for you to force you to activate your chakra. They call it Glanzo, which is the connection with the crown, with the supreme, because the cosmic conscience. That's what it's called. The voodooism is doing activation of chakra, but everybody doesn't understand they are doing the same thing. Manly P. Hall, even documented, is a scholar, 33rd degree Freemason, Master Mason, and based on his research on the Rosicrucian, they're trying to activate the secret heart, right? The heart, the holy heart, which is the third eye. But this is their product, is what they sell. They're playing with the 7 chakras. When you go to church, you try to worship. You're using words, and these words resonate wherever you say. If you say God in the sky, or your energy is going to the sky, and someone is harvesting that energy in the form of your money. Because you use your energy and you believe in the moment you say it because you choose to. But when the pastor is playing music, now you are happy to give me your money because the energy, because the law is the behavior. The note that I play on the music, they are a happy note. Not with a lot of pride, and all I have to do, ladies and gents, it is time now. And you give your money away. Because I create a matrix. I trap your mind in a sound. That's why wherever you go, people claim to try to connect with God. There is music, because whoever is controlling the music control the rhythm. And they control the behavior of whoever control the rhythm, control everybody. And now when you started to understand the principle of the mind that deal with 0, 1, you will realize that the mind is easily hackable. I'm going to give you an exercise, and I would want you to go along with that exercise. I want you to pay attention, and every time you feel that you are conscious, write it down and write the time. And do it for 24 hours. When you're driving, would you say that you are conscious? When you watch your body and you already know what to do without watching, like pay attention on your behavior. You will see how precise you are, how you're not using your eyes at all to drive or to walk. You are using different senses. When you walk, you don't care. You don't walk around. You trust your body to walk without your eyes. You keep totally in perfect balance. Do you understand? Pay attention. You are walking with someone that is a total stranger to you. I want you to do that exercise. Use a pen and paper and see How much time and day you are conscious? You are you, the observer, not the thinker. Sometimes the nose is an interference. You will understand a lot. Now it's time to claim your rainbow. The rainbows are the Jew. A Jew is a human that is a jewels that has the 7 layers activated, and they keep receiving things. They receive ideas. So what they do when they are free, they patent these ideas, they copyright these ideas. But someone managed to create some laws and say certain people, based on the color of the skin, they are terrorists, and then they cannot own land, they cannot own things. They play with the law, but they know the true Jews. Until this day, mysteriously, the Jews are there, listening, watching, and behaving like water, my friend. And yes, and all you have to do to know if you're a Jew, become a precious stone. Work on yourself. Read a book. Or if you can't start, read a book, use my technique. Use a word a day. A book is already a craft story. But if you use a word of day, a word of etymology, a word in politics, and you behave like you feeding yourself with the real root and meaning of the word, your mind is gonna start to behave differently. Your vibration will be different. I cannot forget the first time an old lady, not an old lady, but she was a little older than me, and she held my hand and then easily stand up and went to the bathroom. And after I was about to leave the apartment, when she's trying to run after me and try to give me the same handshake, she gave me a handshake which was not a usual handshake, but it's not something of I'm used to, but I receive it. But when she run after me for after a while, because I was about to leave, closing the front door, she said, "Can you give me another handshake?" And I said, "Why?" She said, "Please." And I said, "You have to tell me why." She said, "I've been in pain ever since you were in the guest room speaking with us about whatever the interesting conversation here. Before you came, I was in pain. I couldn't stand up. It was hard for me working today." And she just gave me a handshake, and now she's running after me. She was the first person that told me that in contact with me, she was healed from all pain. You see, at the time, I was scared. Because if I call it a miracle, it's closest to magic. But I wanted to understand how it is happening. And then I realized what it is. There is no disease. Only a short circuit. Electricity. Let me tell you. If I am hungry and I'm next to you, I'm going to affect you. Well, all the pain went away. She didn't feel anything. She just realized that she stand up. She forgot about the pain. She walked upstairs, not feeling the pain, and then realized after using the bathroom that she had pain. That was the first reason at all that she was in the room sitting in one position ever since we got there. And then she realized that her pain was gone. And at the time, I didn't take it as a miracle because I didn't claim it, because it was a total change. I didn't know how I did that. But I realized one thing. We are portals. You see, if I come here and then using a subject, a conversation that is totally a different disharmonic subject, the whole energy will change. Usually what I used to do, I used to speak to please people because I believe I have to make things easy for people. But the more and more I realize that people don't care. People don't care. And yes, this is the first story when the first person that happened just by contact. And that's how I realized that everything is energy. If you open yourself to be an energy field, if you open yourself and realize that you are a portal, you can walk in and walk out any condition and any time. Remember, your last breath is not your next. And there is certain knowledge that it is impossible for you to get access to this knowledge and to books. This certain knowledge has to be experienced. Just like all the rainbow children, you will things will happen, and then you will find a way to understand it, and based on your mission on earth, you will understand it either in a way of philosophy, so you can teach it. You will become an engineer, or you will become someone bringing change. You see, everybody is calling to discover everything. We are a voice. But yes, it is true, you are a Jew, a precious stone. And that precious stone, all you have to do, you have to put pressure on yourself. That's all you have to do. Keep working. Don't fit in. Become your crystal. Crystallize yourself. Train your mind. Train your soul. Your soul is your business, and your business is your soul. What is the medium? The verb. The word is the most powerful thing ever created, because the verb is the law. The first name ever given to the law was an ancient Kemetic or indigenous deity. It is worshipped by all the people that loves knowledge, by the Freemason, and also by Nikola Tesla. You will realize that that dude is the symbol and the master of electricity. The staff that he created was reproduced in laboratory and generated electricity when the coil are copper. And if you go right now, people are producing energy from nothing. I see people on TikTok charging their phone with nothing, using a motor that they teach us that it needs electricity, but when you run the motor on the other side, it produces electricity by itself, because the motor, it's reverse engineered. Pata is the Trismegistus that discovered magic, but magic at the time was electricity. Nobody cannot see electricity, but Pata harvested. Pata is the verb. It's a deity that is the law, and many cultures have retraced his identity. In the Vodou or Hoodoo identity, it is represent Petro. Petro is the law. He doesn't change. He doesn't play. For the Freemason, it is called the architect. You see, the architect wrote a plan, and he gave you all the measurement. If you're working with the architect, you have to do exactly what the law, the measurement that the architects give you. It's called Pata. Pata is the structure of our verb. When we talk and when we speak, it is good. Sometimes, of course, you're gonna fall. Everybody is walking, they're gonna fall. It was planned. That's how you learn. But your word creates magic. Words are electricity. Without doing any poetry, I want my words to keep me warm, because warm fire is the only identity and the connection that I want most dominant when I'm doing what I love the most. And I'm not done finishing with my sentence. My entire 2 feet and body generate an amount of electricity, just like a charge, automatically, because they obey my simple wish. When you understand, like I do, like the body is a vehicle, started to tell you how to drive it. And that's how you understand that people are driving your body with words. Because your body is intelligent. If I tell your body right now to go buy me something, your body will go and find it. Because you keep listening to it, your body already know how to cross the street. Your body already knew how to solve the problem. It would go. Now, would you know it's you going or your body? You wake up, like, not everybody is going to, it's a different time, coronavirus. Now it's become cultural now, not to mingle, right? I understand that. But what's happening? It's because that's why everywhere you go, they speak to your body. You go on every social media, there's always a voice. They want you to listen to something, because your body is light. Your body obeys to light. And verb is a code. Language is a code. Language is a code. It's a codex. So when you speak with God, because language is a codex. To create a language, you need a codex. And when research are being made, we realize that the original people of the planet, they spoke that language, what you call Arabic or Hebrew. Not Arabic, they spoke Hebrew. And then from it, you will see a lot of, after the Sumerian, a different period, a lot of language. To create a language, you need a blueprint. The Phoenician language. And when you understand that language is casting spell, did you know that not everybody were allowed to speak? Did you know that there are documented ex-president or ex-pharaohs who were doing magic and war, battling? It is documented. Nectanebo number 2, Nectanebo the son, he battled an army with himself, only with magic, and it is recorded in the tablets. So the pharaoh were magician. It's a secret that they only gave only to the king to protect the people. So yes, it is true. The vibranium of Wakanda, now they are suing the whoever made the movie, because it's a secret that they wanted to keep for a long time. Now they're suing because what they show you in the movie was true. You have to get inside of you to activate the portal, and the portal are to be a Jew. You become a Jew by becoming a jewel. A jewel is someone that your thought and your behavior are in the pleasure in the eyes of God. So you feel assisted all the time. Everywhere you go, you have conversation. Your energy is nurturing. People who are sick, people who are in pain, or who felt depressed, when they listen to your voice, they feel charged. The universe that was in the shoulder gone away. This is the characteristic of a Christ. I'm just making research. I'm not saying, but I'm telling you, based on my research, I've seen that this is the characteristic of the Christ. Some people manage to touch a piece of a clothing that the Christ was wearing, according to the story from the Bible, which is a unauthorized verse, and which is, it's a copyright or the property of someone else that does anything that he wants, just for marketing purposes. But the person who touched the clothing of Christ, they heal instantly. Now you understand why the verb is powerful. Now, why? When you listen to the authorities, people using speakers and sound effect to sound magical, but real people who has the magnetic talent and to communicate with people and are treating this way. Why? It's because magnetic speaks with truth. People who carry this type of energy knew where the power is coming from, so they won't take money to lie. Now you are forced to live in sin. Remember, you build an energy and a relationship with the divine. Now you're living in a world that asks you everything to violate that divine for you to be able to be happy. To keep a job, you have to be in a competition with someone else. That's why you speak behind someone else. Don't worry, everybody's doing it, because the world is, the matrix is programmed like this. Yes, it is nice in TV to behave, but our true thought is being suppressed, because whatever you feel truly you don't say. And this is the society we're living in nowadays. Welcome in the reality if you manage to wake up. But you can become a crystallized person by becoming you. If you work on you, you will elevate. By being a crystal, you will radiate. And let's radiate together. My idea is to create a community of like-minded people. People who felt that ever since they were born, they had a calling. Ever since they were born, they were feeling a certain way, and ever since they were born, they have certain experience that till now doesn't make no sense at all, but they were real. So flashes, premonition, exacting, prediction, things of that matter, or you can see pattern and event, or sensing things, or sometimes telepathy. These are flashes of you awakening. But if you feel like you want to be part of a community, and a community like-minded genius, we already have everything planned. The first 30 jobs in our community, they will generate $10,000. Imagine you in a community, and all you have 500 clients with $20. Imagine Imagine you in a community not being able, you don't, there's no necessity for you to work for anybody. For what? You have your community now, and everybody knows everybody, and we support everybody in our community. Imagine you have someone that is purchasing every month $20 worth of something, and the shipping is not included. You make net profit 10K. I'm not gonna say net profit. I have to verify what is the net profit, not using the word like. But yes, you have an income of, you have a business income of 10K every month, and in 12 months it is 120K. And this is the type of design that we're working in. Now, if you're interested to be part of a community where we are gathering like-minded individuals in the 7th step for $43 million in 36 months, holler at your boy. Feel free to sign up and then follow on and then invite others. It would be 50,000 people, and then we will get let down, and then we will get down on it. And then, it would be easy for us to communicate because we already in that sense, we will fit in because it will be our world, our community, the community of the crystals, of the rainbow, not the LBGT, but you will see that the purple is the crown color, and that's below. We're going above, and above is red. I will teach you to understand things, but this, if you will want to be part of a community where we learn to serve each other, because to be a sacerdote, to be a Christ, is to serve. You have no purpose but serving. If you're making money, you're not serving people, you are sad. Some people are born to serve. They will serve no matter what. Either 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 1,000 people, the entire world, but serving is their purpose. What is your purpose? You see, people with purpose, they receive information, they write it down, then they don't know what to do with it, they are lost, and then they keep doing, even though they lost, they keep going the same direction, and boom. And then couple days, couple years, it makes all sense. They were designed to be the person that they are today because they are the one with the capacity, the capability to become, and then to make things happen in the right way. Don't you believe so? And that's the situation. 3w-tag99c.com. So let's extend our mind, and let's use our mind and then to harvest the energy. Money is an energy. With 30K, and if you already have a business, you need money, and then you're making $3,000 in the last 3 months. Listen, you have instant access of almost more than 20K right now. If you are that type of person, you have instant access to 20K, like real deal. But nobody tells you, but I tell you, you have instant access to 30K. It is called a product. It's called a loan product. But that loan is not a personal loan. You cannot get that loan with your personal, because everything is a product. So to get that loan, you have to have a business, and then business loan, they provide you 90%, and you come at least maximum with 10%. Did you know that when you're using your business to buy a house, they provide you 90% of the money, and you have to come with 10%? Because it's a business loan, it's a dead loan. You don't pay taxes, no interest, only the interest on the money that doesn't exist. And when like-minded individual like myself and me and you, we can create definitely a better tomorrow for our breath, for our intention. And if you have an authority and you have a mid-class business or an incorporation, and you're making $50,000 the last 3 months, you can have instant access this week with $2 million in funding capital. 3w-tag99c.com. Reach me and get in contact. If you have a business, you need to have a campaign, you want a billboard service, you want to get client acquisition, you want to beat your competition on your local business, you want to rank in SEO and do things properly, make sure you're being seen. Let's do this. Let's come up with a strategy, and then we get you fixed up in the most honest way possible. And if you want to be in, well, let's get in, because I got you in it, right? I got you hooked in it. So guys, it was a pleasure. I believe for many of you, it is a day of worship. It is a day of celebration. I respect every culture and every identity and everything going in that matter. But I wanted to tell you, it is now a new way to approach the divine, to be the portal, to activate your portal, to become the portal and to receive the divine as a form of intelligence, as a form of light, and to be understood. For those of you who want to start your business, get about your offer, choose a name that is not copywritten, make all the proper research, and start your business with confidence. There is professional services that I can refer you. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. If you already have a business you want to scale, let's talk. If you're interested in activate your third eye chakra, becoming your own portal, and then to expand your consciousness, to start it, to go for your dream. And remember, www.tag99c.com. We got that covered. We have a 5-step program for 8 week for meditation if you want to take the full course. But of course, we have a reduced session that now it is available for you to experience that connection and to activate your energy and to feel that you are also and indeed a door, a channel with God. Open yourself to God and God will be open to you. And this is the only advice that I can give you. If in case you want to be part of or making that experience, and I believe I will be right there at the same address, www.tag99c.com, and this is where we have the separate ways. I want you to celebrate. Remember that you are part of the divine. Your behavior is the divine. Whatever you choose or choose not to do, if you chance to stand against or for some things, you are a crystal. You are a precious jewel, not a Jew. A Jew is a diminutive for the true word. You are a jewel of God. You are a joyeux of God. And when you are a jewel of God, the eye of God, the energy of God, the attention of God, the protection of God is always upon you. And if you want to try it, you just request it at all time. I request the energy field. I request the chakra to be, security, solidified, or security, or to be, the white blood cell, all them to be all aware, full security right now. And all I did, I called the white blood cell. And look at how your body behave. Feel your blood. It's like your blood is breathing, because you feel cold under your skin. It's like there's a release of, there's an order, and all the entity, the army, are listening to that order. Do you understand? Wow, that's major, man. It's like you're commanding an army. For what? I don't know. I'm just playing with it, and I can tell you this is where I've gotten so far, and I've come with something that can be useful for you. For instance, activating your chakra, separating from some myth, good practical things, so you can, be aware of things, neuromagnetic meditation, and then have, better energy. Eat better, become a better individual, and then start to work on your dream. Become the solution, because you are called to be a solution. You will hear a lot of voice calling you. They are suffering. They are expecting you to save them. And you will receive a call. You will get mad for no reason, and you will try to die for that princess. That princess will be a cause, a business, whatever the princess is. But I wish you good luck, everyone. And if you want my aid and my assistance, well, you must have the following. You must experience premonition, or have certain type of experience of with the invisible in the sensitive world, because and I expect you to have your soul ready, because everything is based on your soul. So it's mostly going to be based on soul energy. That's the prerequisite, basically. And I hope everybody has a soul. That's all. So Tag9 offline, FanaPG offline right now. So I wish you to spend a really good day. And remember, let's play a game. Write down every time you realize that you were not conscious. You were not there. Every time you're driving, you do everything by automatic. Write it down, because you were not there. You didn't turn your head. You didn't change the gear. You didn't behave and work. It's being done automatically. So you are in a car that is driving you around. So where is the wheel of that car? Where is the driver? Who's driving you and your body? Where do you go? Are you going because of your will, or are you being called? This is the question. Now, welcome to all your Christ that are getting awakened all around the world. I am inviting you to be part of a community of third eye like-minded, so we can, behave and send a message to the world where it's time for peace and a universal one. It is possible if we choose, and at least it could give us a rest for the next generation, the seventh generation. I am Fenner Pierre Gills, and then I love doing what I do. If you're interested in soul and business, we are growing together. So help us grow the community. It will generate $1.2 million every month with a $14.4 million quota every year. And then the cycle will be in 3 years, which is $43,200,000 every 3 years. The idea is to be self-governing, create job, hiring ourselves, and create asset, and to know how to manage and learn to create our own government, to manage our own affair. I believe this is where we lack all, and then we need to gather alone and then to help each other. We have to start somewhere. C'est Fenner Pierre Gilles in the Haitian National, and this was Tag 9 presentation, Soul and Business. And if you want to be part of a community, follow for more. And if you have a TikTok, Tag 9 is on TikTok also. Please feel free. We need 800 follow to go live on TikTok to bring the message to the world. I see you there. Peace. On Instagram, tag9_INC. On Facebook, tag9. On YouTube, tag9. On Twitter, tag9, but it's better to do A Commercial Fenner PG. But it's the same tag9. On LinkedIn, Fenner PG. Thank you for having us. Thank you for spending that little time. Knowledge is source, and source is life. Catch you another time. And for any help, don't matter, hit me up. www.3millionlive.com for tips and trip. And then if you're interested in the portal, vous voulez acheter produits, vous voulez supporter produits, you want to be part of the blockchain crew, let me know. There is a blockchain 10 money with 10 people. We have an income of $10,000, but not $10,000, 10,000 USDT. There's a lack of trust in crypto right now, but this is a blockchain, my friend. If you want to sell a product that keeps you young, that's a product that is gonna trend. Like, the link is also on my profile, and then visit www.tag9inc.com for anything, any question. On the bottom right, you will see the communicators, the WhatsApp and the Telegram. You can contact me anytime. We work online. We are online, a corporation from Delaware, and we work from 9 to 9 p.m. because we are online solely. So we work all day long online and remotely, and we assist you, and we give you all the tools you need to become the master of you. Fenner Pierre Gilles, and I'm out now. Tag 9 INC. Follow for more.